Hi everybody, in today's video I'll show you how to complete assignment 61-57. If you take a look at the instructions on page 237 in your e-text, what we're going to do is to edit our assignment 61-55 and make some changes so that it is in modified block style. And it does have an important note here saying that the sequential job is part of a series of jobs, and you are required to have completed 61-55 before completing this exercise. So I'm going to start by clicking Start from Previous Exercise. And this opens up my final submission for 61-55. Okay, and so hopefully everything here is correct. If there is anything incorrect, for example, this should have been entered 5 times at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, this one should have had 2 enters after the last paragraph, and 4 enters after my complementary closing, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but if you had gotten all correct on your 61-55, you shouldn't have to make any of those edits. So the first thing for 61-57 says to change the letter format to modified block style. And so if we go to your Word manual and reference manual, in the reference manual, and this was going to be 61-57, but R-3B, which is simply the modified block style. Notice that the only difference between the modified block style and the regular block style is that the date, your closing, your complementary closing, and the signature lines are tabbed 3.25 inches. And so to do that, I'll show you what you need to do. And so it's not as easy as just pressing tab a bunch of times. What we need to do first is to view our rulers. So on my View tab, in my Show group, I'll click on Ruler. And then you can also, just as an aside, review some of the lessons stated in the 61-E formatting instructions. And specifically, lesson 45 talks about setting a tab stop. So you're required to use this tab stop. And I believe your learning materials, again, it does tell you to refer to lesson 45 to just practice this. And here's a practice down here. So what we're going to do to properly set the tab stops, after you turn on your ruler and you can see your paragraph marks, you're going to select all. So I did a Control-A keyboard shortcut. And then from your Home tab, you're going to click your Paragraph Dialog Box Launcher box, which is this button here. And then on the bottom left, you'll click on Tabs. For the tab stop position, that is 3.25. You'll click Set and then OK. So you won't see anything in the main part of the document, but you'll notice, and make sure you don't click on this, that you have now this left tab stop. So that's a little dark gray L shape. So if I were to click in front of June 3rd and press tab just one time on my keyboard, notice that it indents it to that 3.25 inch mark. And as for the closing here, I'll do the same thing for Sincerely Yours, as well as her name and her title. So the only difference between your block style and modified block style is that 3.25 inch tab stop. And again, you need to use this tab stop and not just press your tab key on your keyboard a bunch of times without creating that tab stop. Okay, so that was just step 1 of changing the letter to modified block style. We also need to change the name. So this is going to go to Mr. Panglim. Also, the salutation is going to change. And it says to delete the last paragraph and then add what's typed there. So I would certainly appreciate meeting you and discussing this in person. And I will contact you soon. Okay, that was it for 61-57. So I'll do a file, save as, save it to my downloads. And then I'll go back up to my GDP window. In my lessons, I'm now on step 2. Make sure that you do upload the correct file. So it starts with Unit 13, 61-57 core. I'll open. Once it says that I've successfully uploaded the file, I can submit work. Okay, and hopefully there weren't any errors here. You can double check to see if there are keystroking or formatting alerts. Okay, and that was it for 61-57. It's pretty straightforward. This week, it's mainly getting you used to using the business letter format, where you press enter 5 times before you type in the date, press enter 4 times, type in the inside address, and then 2 times after each paragraph.